Hello everybody and welcome to Attack on Titan Final Season, Episode 5 Anime Review. Oh my god, considering that we just had two people talking and a third guy talking elsewhere for most of the episode, my god was it tense. Like, it was a solid tense 20 minutes. Like, you kind of knew what was coming, but at the same time it was like, is it now? Is it gonna happen now? Oh god, it's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen now? No, it's a bit later on. Yeah, really good. It's really good, isn't it? I don't have much else to say. It's just really good. Things finally look like they're about to properly kick off, though, which is, is this going to be a Titan gauntlet? Or are they just going to wha-bam, one Titan, wha-bam, two Titan? That's the way it looks like, the way they've lined things up. We'll have to see, though. But for right now, let's get into the episode, see how everything went down, and do this thing. So we open up the episode in the past with Reiner and the crew talking about that guy who hung himself. What do they think? They think that old man wanted to be judged by someone, so that's why he told them the story, so they could judge him, and then, he'd go off himself, which is, Then we go back to present day with happy reunion between Eren and Reiner, which is, it's not a happy reunion. Reiner can't seem to believe it's him. He's like, what? You can't be here. Meanwhile, Taiba is about to do his old speech in Madugu. Some woman comes in and says, "Good luck, my friend." I don't know who she is. She just says good luck, basically. Eren tells Reiner to sit. He's like, "Reiner, sit down." And then Reiner's a bit shocked, and Eren's like, "Hey, Reiner, we're underneath a building with with hundreds of people in it, waiting to watch this performance, right? Just innocent people waiting to watch." And I'm like, is that blackmail? Not blackmail. That's a threat, right? That's a veiled threat. He's also got a scratched hand. I think Falco saw it, and it's like, oh, okay. I see exactly what he's getting at now. He's like, "Falco, I think you should stay as well." And Falco's like, "I don't really need to." And Reiner's like, "Falco, idiot, do what he says. We are in danger here." And Falco doesn't quite get it at first. Also, that woman left. After the woman that sees Taiba, after seeing him, she just leaves the premises. So my guess is she's got some inkling as to what's going on. Maybe she's in on it, in on what's about to happen. Maybe she's just got a gut feeling. Who knows? I think she's probably in on it, though. That's what I think. And yeah, the woman leaves. Reiner and Eren and Falco, I guess, as well, sit to have a chat. And things kick off. They don't kick off for a while, but things are just super tense this whole time. Reiner's face is brilliant. Eren's lack of expression is brilliant. Falco's bafflement is all brilliant. We then go back to the crowd with Mama Reiner's mum, seeing Annie's dad, and they talk for a bit about how Bertolt's dad he's died. Rip Bertolt's dad. Her dad still thinks Annie is alive. Annie's dad, that is, and he's not wrong. She is still alive. Is she going to show up at some point? Or do you think they've already eaten her? Do you think they found more Titan juice and they ate Annie? It could have happened. It'd feel weird if they didn't do anything with that, because why would you bother keeping her alive otherwise? Feel like they're definitely going to do something there. At some point. Like every important person at the world is at this event, like world leaders, newspapers, very important, obviously. Just every important person is there. So, probably hope they don't get attacked by a giant semi-humanoid being. That would be pretty bad, I don't know who'd lead the world then. That'd be pretty bad. Reiner asks Eren, "Hey, why and how are you here?" And also the other warriors get called away by the commander dude they just get called away. Reiner asks Eren, "Why are you here?" And he's like, same reason you were, basically, "I'm here the same reason you were there then." And Reiner immediately is like, oh, okay, I know what's going on here. Because he had no other choice is what Eren says. He's like, "I'm here because I have no other choice." And it's like, oh, he's going to kill everyone. It's weird because he's bad, isn't he? As far as the world's concerned, he's bad. Is he bad? He's bad, right? The way they explain it, he's bad. But he's not. There's no one's bad. He has his reasons. Oh, I don't know what to think. And then Eren's like, "Let's listen to Make Your Boy's speech. Let's listen real good with my soft, sultry voice. I don't know why I described his voice like that, but let's listen, shall we? Tiber begins his speech about how basically Titans killed a load of people. The Eldians eventually turned against each other after they took over the world, and there was a great Titan war. Helos, whatever you want to call him, he tricked the Eldians into killing each other, and he sent King Fritz to Paradise with, the rest of the people, and he basically kept them there so they can't mess up the rest of the world. Only reason that the Titans haven't killed us, because all the Titans are building up strength on Paradise, that's a fluke, basically. Eldian Empire is still alive and well on Paradise, which of course it isn't really. Well, it kind of is, but it's kind of not, you know what I mean? Warriors, we then cut to them. They're all going to different areas. Zeke is going to the front gate, I think. Presumably, Levi or someone's going to be there, and it's going to be like, oh, you're going to kill Zeke right now. Meanwhile, Pieck hugs a random dude. I can't help but feel like her hugging that random dude, she must have done it for a reason. Probably because she probably whispered in his ear something, some instructions, basically, like, hey, we might be in trouble here, that would make sense. And yeah, then Pieck and Porco get trapdoored. Also, the blonde soldier with them, I mean, if it's someone we have seen already, it has to be Armin, right? Because he's got a beard, he's blonde, and he's tall and skinny. It's got to be Armin, right? That's the only person I can think it could be. He was blonde, right? Now I can't remember. I should listen to the voice more clearly, maybe. Falco finally understands. He's like, hang on a minute. They're old friends, but how old are we talking here? Because he was on Paradise and he's like, oh, Eren might be. I might have done a bad thing here. Oh, I might have not done a good thing. Is what Falco is thinking. He's like, oh, this could be bad. Tiber continues his speech, this time on to revealing what actually happened, the truth. So King Fritz was the real person who ended the Great War. He got the Founding Titan and made up Helos and took all the Eldians to Paradise and was never going to attack, was going to keep everyone there to stop the Eldians from uprising, basically. Which, of course, is why whenever the next king or queen of the wolves would get the Founding Titan, that's why they didn't, try and leave, because they had no reason to leave, because really it's self-choice in a way. Like, they're doing the right thing by staying. However, right, I kind of get it, but at the same time, obviously that Eldia needed to be stopped, the one that was taking over the whole world in the Civil War and that. But the people living on Paradise now aren't that. They are just regular people. So, I mean, I guess if they knew they had that kind of power, maybe they would be all bloodthirsty and, dominating like the rest of them. But the people that are coming to attack them now aren't doing it to take over the world. They're doing it so they can bloody live, basically, live freely. So it's interesting to see where they go with that. All King Fritz wanted was peace. So King Fritz, he's in the walls. He was like a coward. He's kept us all trapped here. But then, outside the walls, now it's been revealed he saved the world, basically. And it's just like, who do I root for here? Who am I rooting for? Do I want the world to be saved, or do I want to root for the scouts and that, the characters we know, who are, screwing up the world, technically, is what they're doing by doing this. What do I think? He said, the King Fritz, that if Marley attacked them, he would accept his death. Don't agree with that. Like, hey, we're just going to hide out in the rule. You don't need to kill me. And then Tiber, the reason Tiber is telling the truth is because the world is in peril right now. Because, well, Founding Titan ain't in the hands of one of them royals, is it? No, it is not. The commander guy finally hears that the warriors have gone missing. Pieck and Porco are in a hole, and she's like, man, I feel like I've seen that guy before. She's seen Armin, right? I'm trying to remember who she's seen. Like, she got, he was burnt up. Like, she was, I can't remember. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't remember, I don't actually remember. She was only in at the end of season 3, unless there's a whole thing she was doing. She was also inside the walls meeting with people. Who knows? I certainly don't. Who knows though? Tiber continues his story. Who's the bad guy? Who is the threat to peace? It's Eren Yeager. He knows his name, Eren Yeager. And then Falco is like, you're Eren, yeah. He's like, I can't believe you tricked me. How could you do that? It's like, shut up, Falco. Shut up, you little kid. And then he's like, wait, what were those letters you were having me send? What those letters were they were letters to his comrades, aka the rest of the scouts, presumably. Tybur explains to everyone, Eren isn't bound by this peace vow that the rest of the, founding titans had. So basically he could mess crap up, almost swore there, anytime he wanted. And then we see a screenshot, not a screenshot, there's like a load of colossal titans. I'm like, why is there a load of colossal titans? He kept saying it too, like, can you make more than one colossal titan? Is that a power the founding titan has? Like, I thought there was only one. Am I a fool here? Like, what's going on there? That was kind of weird. Didn't really get it, if I'm being honest. But fine, Armin could use some friends. Make everyone a colossal titan, why don't you? Why not? It'll be fun. Eren says, yeah, that's right, guys. I'm the bad guy. I'm not going to do the song because it's a bad song. But then he was like, but you guys were the bad guys to me. Why did my mum have to die? Why did you do that? And it was like, it was to save the world. And he's like, oh, okay. If it was to save the world, then you didn't have much choice then, did you? And it's like, he's not even angry. Like, you'd expect him to be like, why did my mum have to die for this? But he's just fed up. He's just like, oh yes, I see. Eren doesn't care about making them suffer anymore. He's like, oh yes, I vaguely remember saying that back then. I'm over that, man. He's like, Reiner, I'm the same as you. Basically, what they're getting at is just like how Reiner, thought everyone inside the walls, was evil, was a devil. Eren also thought everybody outside the walls was out to get them. But then, of course, much like Reiner came inside the walls and saw just everyone having normal lives, basically, Eren went outside the walls and lived around them and saw everybody having normal lives and everything. So he's like, you all had it drilled into you for years that everyone in the walls is devils, What choice did you have? Hasn't it been eating away at you what happened, in the walls? And Reiner kind of breaks down. Yeah, it's my fault. I was the one who had the idea to continue the mission. The others wanted to leave. It was my fault that your mum died. It was my fault. And it's like, Reiner. Falco's just kind of looking there like shocked because Reiner's like on his knees and he's like, that's bloody Reiner doing that, man. He doesn't do that. It's messed up. Falco doesn't quite comprehend. Falco's just like, I don't know what any of this stuff. Well, I mean, I know what it means, but I wasn't there. My guess is Falco's going to come into play at some point, dealing with something. I know it's very vague, but I feel like he's going to be involved in the end game, at least a little bit. Back to Tybur's speech briefly. He says that he doesn't want to die despite all this because he was born to this world. And then Eren's reaction is just like that. He has a brief reaction. Really like that because, of course, Eren said the same thing. And it's just like, it is just mirror imaging. And because it's mirror imaging, you know where this is going. It's like, oh, Eren's the Reiner and the Bertolt of this situation. He's the one that's going to ruin everything. Tybur's getting the crowd out. He's like, we must join as one to face this enemy. The enemy, of course, being Eren, and I guess the rest of Paradise too, but mostly Eren. And Eren says, I'm the same as you, Reiner. They have a handshake, and then it's like, I guess for a split second, maybe Reiner might have thought, okay, maybe he's not, because we were talking about how, we're the same. We people are people regardless now. We've come to that understanding. He was thinking maybe he's not going to kill everyone. And then he says, I just keep moving forward until I destroy all my enemies. And his eye starts glowing and the lightning's going off. I didn't even mention the part where Eren's leg grew back. Eren's leg grew back. It started all squished and his foot popped out. It was very good. And yeah, then Eren transforms. Reiner grabs Falco to presumably keep him safe. I'm going to assume Falco's okay. Reiner too, because Reiner can heal, Titan heal. But yeah, Eren transforms, destroys that building he was talking about that's right above them. All those people are dead now. And then, yeah, presumably kills Tybur. I think he sort of cut him in half. So yeah, Tybur, bless his soul, didn't really do anything wrong. But, he did declare war on at least Eren, probably the whole nation of Paradise. So, yeah. And that's where we end things. Eren kicked everything off. Mental. I don't really know what else to say. It was just insane. presumably at some point the rest of the scouts are going to get involved. I think though what we're going to do is, I think we might actually just focus on, like, the Warriors have got to get out of the hole. Where's Zeke? Zeke, I think, is definitely going to get ambushed, presumably by the scouts. And then Eren, from what we've seen in the preview for next week's episode, he's going to fight the Warhammer Titan, who we still don't know the identity of. So that's obviously why they couldn't target that one, because they didn't know who it was. I guess that's what Eren in that, they were scouting to figure out who the Titans were so they could deal with them before they became Titans, which makes a lot of sense, actually. That's really good planning. But I think, I don't know, is this the final battle? Like, we got 11 episodes left? Like, we got to be close, right? They can't have too many. I don't know if they're going to do more after the 16 episodes. I don't know if we're getting a second core or whatever, but man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I don't really have much else to add. It was just a really bloody tense and good episode. I think I'm about to start, on Sundays, just not looking at Twitter, because it's always trending, and I always see slight spoilers. I only saw a few this week. I didn't see any real context, but I'm just going to have to not do it. But for right now, let's check what my favourite part of this week's episode was. Let's have a look. So my favourite part is less one specific moment, and basically just everything they did with Eren and Reiner throughout this episode. From Reiner's not confusion, shock and horror at Eren being there, him realizing Eren's there, you know what that means. We might be in a little bit of trouble here. To Eren, being so monotone with it and being like, I kind of get why you did what you did. Not kind of get it, but I understand why you did it and what your goal is. Why you're the. He basically says you are the good guys in this story when it comes to it. Like, we're technically Eren and that are technically the bad guys, because, the world is at relative peace until Eren, screwed around with the Founding Titan. I guess Grisha as well. Till they got hold of the Founding Titan, everything was generally quite peaceful. Obviously, on the island, not peaceful, because, Titans are about and everything. So that begs the question, when the Eldians got sent to Paradise, did they only send, the resistance troops? Because they've got this whole area for regular Eldians. So presumably the ones that got sent, the ones that we were like, oh, they're horrible, they're just sending all these people there. Man, I don't know. But then there's definitely true that Grisha's sister got eaten by that dog because of the thing. I guess it's a lesson not to treat everybody, one person does not represent a whole group of people, I guess is kind of what they might be going for, which is a good thing. It's a good, I guess there's a lesson at least in that. Don't generalize. But yeah, for now though, next week Warhammer Titan's going to show up for the first time. And we'll have to see what happens there. Presumably, hopefully, the scouts show up at some point. I think they're going to incapacitate Zeke. I think that's what's going to happen. But I think Pieck and Polko might escape somehow. So we'll have to see. But for right now, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. So take care and bye, guys.